Hey, it's Jason Coleman, mortgage broker with Price Mortgage. Today I'm going to go over what happens when we have a housing slowdown and what that means to you, even if you're not looking to buy a home. So what happens, if you didn't know, 15% of the gross domestic production in America is through housing, right? 15%. And in some states, i.e. Arizona, Nevada, it's more like 25 to 30% of the gross domestic production is housing, right? So what does that mean? What that means is if you are a painter, if you do flooring, if you do framing, if you do drywall or stucco or electric or plumbing, these are just some of the trades that are part of gross domestic production in housing, right? And so when rates go up and people have locked in these low interest rates like they have, they're not going to be as apt to refinance, cash out, and do a remodel on their house, right? They're going to say, no way, I want to keep my low payment and I'm just going to I'm just going to fix little things here and there with cash. And so what that does is if sales get cut in half, like they did in June, and July is going to be just as bad. In fact, I think we should all be expecting 12, 18, maybe 24 months worth of slowdown in the real estate sector, right? So what that's going to mean is businesses that are in the industry, i.e. Home Depot, Sherwin-Williams, the list goes on, the guy that sells lumber, all this stuff, the pool builder, and I could keep going on. The appliance guy, people selling appliances, it's all going to slow down because transactions have been cut in half and refinances are almost at a standstill. In fact, only people that are really refinancing right now are people that are maybe going through a divorce that might need to pay out their significant other, court ordered, or in a financial bind where maybe their child has gone through, let's say, a DUI and needs, a bunch of money for a lawyer to try and get himself out of trouble. Those kinds of things that happen in life. If you're wanting to buy a house right now and you can afford the payment and you're going to stay in it for 10 years, you're probably okay. But life happens, and we all know that. There's health issues, there's job issues, and I feel like we're going to be seeing a lot more layoffs as this is just starting. So by end of 2022, we're not going to see a crash in real estate. That would be considered a 20% drop in values. But what I will tell you, 2023 may be a different story. We may see, 20% or more crash in values in some areas. Real estate is highly local, hyper local, in fact. And so you might not see it in a place that didn't appreciate as quickly as a Phoenix, as a Las Vegas, as an Austin, Idaho, Boise, Idaho. These places exploded and they're way overvalued right now. They don't match up with the incomes. And nobody in my industry wants to be the first one to come out and say it, They're probably part of the band still playing on the Titanic as it's going down. And that's the way I'm looking at it. But I just want to be honest with everybody and that I know and let you know there is going to be a crash in transactions in real estate. And what that means is gross domestic production is going to slow tremendously. And I think we're going to see job layoffs. I think we're going to see unemployment grow. I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity if you save your money and don't go out and buy stupid guitars or stupid cars. I'm just kidding. Some of these things are great store of value. And, you have to be the one to decide whether you want to have your money sitting in the bank for a potential bail-in. You know how there was bail-outs in the 2008 crisis? Well, after 2008, they created what's called a bail-in, where the bank can take your money, the depositor, and issue you a stock to bail themselves out of the financial crisis that they could be facing here shortly. There are a couple banks that are going out of business, have issued I think it was called Volt or something, that said you have 1 week to get all your money out. And that was last week, so it's over. If you didn't get your money out, you're done. We have a lot of exchanges on crypto, kind of going through the same thing. they're saying you're not going to get your money out. We're going BK, and possibly you might get your money, but if you were in Celsius or one of those that have locked withdrawals, then you're kind of screwed. So there's all these things going on right now. When you see the earnings reports of these companies here in the next quarter, stocks are going down. And when you see what National Association of Realtor tells you about June, by July 20th, people are going to be like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not selling, I'm not buying. And it's going to lock up and transactions are going to drop. And we'll see who really needs to sell and who was hoping they could sell for that top dollar. And some homes are just going to get pulled off the market, and some flippers are going to lose money, and iBuyers are going to struggle. Maybe they'll come back in and start, well, they've always lowballed the homeowner. They've never been good to sell to. So those of you that sold to the iBuyers, you're not helping the community. So anyways, be aware that gross domestic production is probably 25 to 30% of the Phoenix market, and that's going to affect a lot of people in a lot of ways. No more cashing out on remodels, painters. Like I said, all those trades, they're going to need to find some alternative incomes or face reality. So I hope this video was informative to you, and you will take this information and prepare for the next 12, 16, 18, 24 months that we're about to experience. Appreciate you watching. I appreciate your time. Until next time,